And another important phone number that I know James definitely wants us to put out there is for those of you who may come across a power line that is down. Whatever you do, don't go anywhere near it, and call 1-800-9-OUTAGE. 1-800-9-OUTAGE. Not only are you helping your neighbors out, but you're helping Energy out, because there's no way Energy can cover the entire state to get a full report of just how many lines are down, but we can help them by picking up the phone and calling 1-800-9-OUTAGE.
And you know, and something I guess I could have asked James, we got an email from Alice White in Sherwood. She said she wanted to mention that because of the severe weather, traffic lights on JFK and North Hills intersection out. There's a lot of traffic that tends to go through that area, which is very true. Also, street lights are down at JFK, and the traffic light at JFK and Club Road is also down. She said it's very dark, it's hard to see, and she's not sure how much further the power outage goes, but certainly that is an area that is heavily covered with traffic. I know first thing tomorrow morning there will be a lot of people going through those intersections, and you know, I mean, when you're dealing with traffic lights, you certainly do you certainly do want to have those lights going when you're dealing with all that traffic, is what I'm trying to say. I know James Thompson with Energy just told us that they're really focusing right now on the emergency services, the 911 and the hospitals and that sort of thing. I would hope, though, that they're also working on the street lights, so come first thing tomorrow morning during rush hour, folks won't have any problems trying to get through. And
we've been talking about how we've been live streaming this newscast on our website at fox16.com for those of you who don't have cable or satellite, and maybe it was knocked out or you're having trouble dialing it in. But you know, not only are people here within the state of Arkansas watching this newscast, but so are people in other parts of the state. We just got other states, excuse me. We just received this email from Amber Lamb out of Cleveland, Tennessee, who's very concerned because her dad is currently in the St. Joseph's Hospital in Hot Springs. And according to her, they've had all the patients in the hallways for about 1 hour as these storms moved through. But she's been watching our newscast online for almost the entire hour. So she's appreciative of that. And we'll try and get you some additional information, Amber, as to about the conditions, not only at the hospital, but in Hot Springs as well.
Okay, let me just say real quickly, we've been on since 9 o'clock for Fox 16 News at 9. And we're staying here with you tonight because this weather is just, for lack of a better word, absolutely crazy this evening. We've had storms pop up everywhere, and I believe it's time to check back in with meteorologist Troy Bridges. Troy, please don't tell us there's another warning in addition to all we have.
Sorry, there is. Yeah, we have another severe thunderstorm warning. In fact, the good news is the main threat here is going to be some wind and hail, nothing like those tornadoes, but the wind, certainly something to watch out for, and the hail as well. For Pulaski County, we're tracking that, but I do want to go back for Amber Lamb, who Kevin was just talking about in Hot Springs. She's concerned about family members there. There's good news there. No one in Garland County under any warnings whatsoever, no tornado warnings, no thunderstorm warnings. There were earlier some warnings that were quite intense, tornado warnings and all of that. Patients there at the hospital who are in the hallway, they are safe to come on out and to go where they need to go, you know, because all of this stuff to the west and the southwest will continue to move in, and they're going to have thunder and lightning there in Hot Springs, but the worst of it over the past few minutes has now moved off to your east and to your northeast. So from Malvern to Lonsdale, Benton and Bryant, the same areas that had a couple of tornado warnings earlier, in areas that certainly don't need another drop.
You bet.
I wish we could push it out of here. We certainly would try if we could.
That's right.
Thanks,
Joining
Troy.
us on the set right now is David Goins, who's been extremely busy. You started out over in North Little Rock at Dickey Stevens Park, but were immediately dispatched to Saline County, and you just got back. So kind of walk us through what you saw and what you experienced.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, the weather's been so bad. We've been talking about trying to go live, trying to bring you guys live pictures, what's happening. Obviously, if you're looking out your window, I mean, anywhere in the viewing area, you know how bad it is. And here is some of what we shot. And this is why we're here to bring this to you. Just brought it back to the station. This is photojournalist Zach McDonald taking some pictures As soon as we got to Benton Highway 5, this is that mobile home fire we were telling you about that was at the Hurricane Lake Estates neighborhood, the entrance there on Highway 5 between Spring Hill and Alcoa. This was just a parade of emergency vehicles. I mean, anyone in Saline County was probably out there. Benton for sure, Bryant, and obviously a lot of sheriff's department, state police responding to the fires, primarily number one, but number two were those downed trees we were telling you about during a phoner now about 90 minutes ago. You can see this, there's a one-way sign here that was dumped over right there at the entrance of Hurricane Lake Estate subdivision. If you're familiar with that area, you know what we're talking about because there's a big fountain there in the median. It's nicely manicured, nicely taken care of, and there's going to be a lot of cleanup to do there. As we get further into this video, probably got about 5 minutes worth, there is more fire. What we heard about the fire was that there were 2 mobile homes, at least, maybe more than 2, but at least 2. We don't know. We still don't know at this point about injuries because we were trying to find out what was going on with injuries. And shortly after we took this video, sure enough, you guys told us, hey, there's another wave of bad weather coming. You need to take cover. We did that as best we could. It was about a quarter mile to a half a mile hike from where we had to stop because law enforcement wouldn't let anybody go down Highway 5. Sure. We just ran down there and got as close as we could. And on the way back, frankly, we kind of got caught on the comeback with the second wave and got rained on at the very least, and the lightning got real close, and that was a kind of a harrowing situation. But what you're looking at here is still the same stuff from Hurricane Lake Estates. You can see some of those trees. It's hard to see. We just saw some of those trees that were down. That's what I was talking about. We're talking 40, 50-foot trees. I would say thin trees. I don't know what type of trees they are. They're not oaks. They're pretty tall and spindly, and they just kind of snapped right in half. You could just some of them snapped in half at about the 20-foot mark, and just that was it. And then some of them kind of just leaned over in that wind pattern that we talk about. And you can see that on the road. That's basically going into Hurricane Lake Estates. And then there's the median and some logs down there. And those were the guys we talked to when we had the last phone interview about 90 minutes ago. You could hear the chainsaws over the phone. That's what these guys were doing. They were out there. It's unbelievable. It's like a storm has gone through. 15 minutes later, 10 minutes later, these guys are out there working, trying to clean up a storm while another storm is on the way. And it's equal parts resilience and just acting quickly and also doing what you can to keep your eyes on the sky, because it wasn't more. Look at that lightning. I mean, that's it coming. We're actually looking west, and that's it coming from Garland County. It's actually coming towards the camera, and that's where we had to get back to. We had to go about a quarter mile back west to get to Alcoa and Highway 5, and it was. They said it's coming. You need to get out of here. And as we're going back up Highway 5 to get to Alcoa Road, we're jogging. We're doing what we can to get up there. And state police, Benton police, everyone is clearing out because there was reports of damage in other parts of the county, and they were taking off. And it's not a good sign when the law enforcement are passing you by and they're going somewhere else. Clearly, you're not in a good spot, and the sirens went off, and it was rough.
Your pictures are incredible, and thanks a lot for getting those for us. What did you think, though, when you were standing there, just as a person, just as a citizen in our community, watching all of this devastation?
I can't believe this is happening again. This close. We had tornadoes in early February. Obviously, we had the flooding here in mid-March, and now we've got tornadoes and flooding on the same night. And I'm telling you right now,